So you can access this recording at any time. So 10 steps guaranteed to increase study abroad participation. Here are the 10 steps, and I'm going to go through them one by one and especially highlight the ones that are the most essential to see big steps, to see big changes in enrollment in your institution. This is the school I mentioned earlier. This is the Oklahoma City Community College. In 2009, they were running 0 programs. They did not have any study abroad programs, faculty-led or long-term programs. They were not sending students abroad. We realized that this was a problem. They have about 20,000 enrollment. Currently, they're running 6 programs a year. Programs fill out prior to the spring semester. So they're doing it they're very, very effective, and they're following all 10 of these steps. So every year these trips they're full capacity. So these are the programs that we're going to discuss, and we're going to tell you a little bit more how they went from 0 to 6 in a short period of time. Number 1, most essential: plan ahead and start early. If you're planning on taking students abroad in 2019, it's absolutely essential that you start looking at your programs now in the spring semester. We advise you to find out which faculty across campus wants to lead programs, find out where they want to go, have them submit their proposals, whatever processes you have in-house, have them complete these processes, and start putting down the dates and get reservations in early. This is going to do 2 things. It's going to allow you more time to have the programs approved, go through any kind of the risk management processes you have to make sure that the programs are satisfying all of the course requirements, and climb the ladder through all the necessary administrators to make sure that the programs are approved and your students can go abroad. Additionally, by starting early, it's going to allow the students to save. It's going to allow them more time to save up for the destination, and it allows you the opportunity to let the spring students know about the programs that are taking place the following year. So our recommendation, our advice for you is to plan ahead and start early and decide on the programs for the following year, meaning 2019. If you're wanting to take students abroad, we suggest that you try to decide where you would like to take them the next couple months prior to May, and you'll see a big increase just from this one step. Step 2, study abroad fair. Whenever possible during the fall semester or the spring semester, have your students, have your faculty get together and just have a beautiful fair where it's all themed around international education. This allows the students to come to one place, have all of their questions answered, and to find out about all the great programs that you're offering as an institution, all in-house. You can also, if you have an international student body on your campus, you can invite them to come be part of the session, and they can share all about their cultures. Many times schools will, the international students will prepare dishes from their local countries. They'll wear traditional wear. And then it also provides an opportunity for students who have studied abroad in the past or professors who have led programs in the past, the opportunity to share about their experiences. I'll give you an example of Polk State College out of Florida. They do something excellent. They take a photography class abroad each year, and they use this as an opportunity for the photography students to showcase and exhibit their artwork, their photography that they prepared on the trip that prior summer. It also allows the students to even sell their artwork. So these are ideas. Something you can do is you can invite the local post office to come and join the study abroad fair and register students right there to obtain their passports. So you don't have to worry about the 4-week process. The post office comes to you. They'll register students right away. And there's the first step. They've got their passport for 10 years. They're ready to go abroad. Step number 3, study abroad table. I am actually the one featured in that photo. 10 years ago, I was working with the Oklahoma City Community College, assisting them to increase participation, and I would table regularly once a week and answer questions about programs, get students excited to go abroad, and answer any kind of questions to make them feel comfortable, excited, and ready to take on that life adventure. So if you're capable of doing it, have a table set up in one of the common areas of the school, whether it's the school cafe or the student union area. Have students who are motivated, who have done it in the past, come see if it's possible to give them some type of study abroad scholarship for their work. They can sit, they can do their homework, they can do their coursework from the table, and they can share about their experiences on previous programs. Any way that you can find possible to put these programs in front of the students' eyes, you will see a significant increase. Additionally, if you're not able to man the table, if you don't have a student that can man the table, you can have laminated information there where the students can come, they can use a QR code, they can go directly to your website, they can find out all about your programs, or you can even have takeaway pamphlets. But save the money on the paper, do it all electronic, and more students will enroll for sure. Step number 4, guys, is campus-wide email. This is a big game changer. I'm going to use an example at a community college, Morris in New Jersey. We had Professor James Adkins. James ran his first program 2 years. Sorry, there's a little language immersion, Spanish in the background. James ran his first program 2 years ago. He took a group to Paris for art history over spring break. And he was noticing a low enrollment number, about 8 students. And he sent me an email. He said, Christian, what can I do to increase this? And I said, well, James, we have these 10 steps. You should definitely look into these. But the most important thing you can do is the quickest thing you can do is see if the school, if the institution, if the administration will allow you to send an informational meeting about your program, informing the students of the opportunity. They did allow him to do that, and the following week, James had 40 students enrolled in his Paris Spring Break program. We actually had to open up a second program during the summer. Can you put us on the Corneos? Thanks. Okay, step number 5, guys. This is, and one last thing I didn't finish there on the campus-wide email. You can do this both during the fall and the spring semester. So this could be a good opportunity to inform the spring students that are joining in the spring, to inform them of the opportunities that are available to them. Step number 5, organize a faculty development. Okay, you can't lead faculty-led study abroad programs without the faculty who are going to lead the programs. You need to know who at your school is passionate about taking students abroad, who wants to have these opportunities, who engages with the students, who sees the value in these experiences. And most faculty do, but as you all know, it is a lot of work. You have to have a passion for it, and this is absolutely essential. So organize a faculty development, explain the processes, explain for them how they can submit their proposals, explain to them what they're going to get out of this life-changing experience and what it's going to do for their students and what they're going to bring back into the classroom, and answer many of the questions that the faculty might have. Many of the faculty, they're concerned that it's going to be too much work, that they're going to have too much responsibility and liability, and we can answer all of these questions and put them at ease, so that way they know that they have a team supporting them abroad and that they're only responsible for teaching the course that's in line with that program. We do this for many schools, Miami-Dade, for example, Valencia College. We go in person, we meet with their faculty, or we do a webinar similar to what we're doing now, and we answer all their questions to help them develop programs and put them at ease, and help kickstart the desire to take students abroad. Scholarships and fundraising. If possible, if you have any type of funding that's available from the foundation of your school or from any other sources, please utilize those. I'm going to talk about a couple different things here. Internal fundraising, using your creativity. We've had art groups from different colleges and universities who would do, they would be commissioned to do artwork in the country. Here in this picture, that's Brianna. She was in front of the Coliseum. So she kept a sketchbook. Every sketch she would sell, this would go for scholarship money for future trips. Additionally, in smaller towns, we had schools that would go and they would do window art around the holiday season for different shops and who would donate. We had schools that were going to Paris, for example, and they would make crepes in the student union. Use your creativity. Come up with ideas for fundraising, and it's all possible. Additionally, you can look to external fundraising platforms like Fund My Travel, GoFundMe, Go Get Funding. There's many options out there that you can use. Something we're going to talk about a little bit later is the importance of staying in one country throughout your programs, if possible, which will allow you to take advantage of government scholarships like the Gilman, for example, which if you spend 2 weeks within one country, you're able to receive funding grants from the government. So that's what we're here for. We'll constantly keep you up to date about new possibilities and options that are out there. Study abroad courses that students need. This is absolutely essential. Students are on a limited budget. They're also on a limited time. They want to get their degree. They need to move on. There's certain courses that they need to take, general ed courses, etc. So if you can set a study abroad program that will incorporate one of these general education courses, or can have it be a course that is of value to these students, then you can see a significant increase. For example, Spain Art Study Abroad, they're satisfying 3 credit hours of humanities credit. A lot of schools will also do English composition. Every student needs to take English composition, and what better way to have passionate essays than travel experiences from life-changing experiences that they've had. It's the best way to bring these trips into the classroom, and to also to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and make sure that they're getting courses that they need while having these essential experiences. Step number 8, marketing and social media. Now, this is a beautiful poster here on the right. It's very eye-catching. It's popping. This is something that we provide to all of our members. If you don't have in-house, digital marketing or graphic designers, we can provide posters for you, no problem. We want to find any way to catch the attention of the students throughout the campus while they're going about their day-to-day business, to inform them about these great opportunities. So this is something that we can do for you if you do not have in-house staff, and we go back and forth until you have the perfect product. If you can incorporate a study abroad page on your college's official website, it's essential. Students, they find out about the programs, they want to be able to go to a page on the website to have all of their questions answered. So if you can, it's definitely important to have a study abroad page on your institution's official website. If you can use social media, if the school will allow you to use their Facebook, their Instagram, their Twitter, whatever they're using, use social media. Inform the students. If they're scrolling televisions that go around throughout the campus, put the programs out there. Let them know about informational meetings that are coming up, where they can come out. Student-written campus newspapers. Put articles in the newspapers about the upcoming trips and when informational sessions will be happening. Banners and entrances of the campus parking lots when students pull into the campus and they're going to park their car. Inform them that there's a study abroad fair going on, that there's possibilities. Many, many, many ways to promote these programs. Regular informational meetings. This is key. This is a good time for the professors to come together, for them to share about their programs, or if the professors aren't available, for study abroad staff, if you have in-house staff. If not, we can hold a webinar session, and students can access these meetings from from home. They can listen to recorded versions. They can be informed of the necessary steps to continue in the process. And most importantly, step number 10, the best for last, your programs must be affordable, because it doesn't matter how attractive they are, but they must be affordable. Students are always on a budget. I was a struggling student. I know exactly how it is. Programs must be within reach for the majority if you want to see a significant increase. You need to make sure that you use providers that are abroad that are going to provide you the best value programs. You need to have recurring programs. Recurring programs are excellent. We always suggest schools to, pick a few strong destinations and have those programs offered year after year, for a certain amount of time. Obviously, you want to have diversity and change it up, but have programs that are recurring, because students may want to go to Costa Rica, for example, but they can't go this year because they don't have the funds. But then you say, hey, don't worry, it's always going to be there next year. For the most affordable programs, by far the thing that you can do is choose city stay programs. Okay, I'm going to go over city stay programs with you for a little bit. I apologize for the background noise. Just forgive us there. City stay programs allow you to have a program that's more affordable and also flexible. It allows you to build a relationship within the city that you're visiting. It allows you to see everything that's available in that city. And it allows you to really build a connection and a relationship with that city. Additionally, programs that are shorter, for example, if you run spring break programs that are 8 nights, these programs can allow the opportunity to more students who are working students who have family commitments. A lot of programs, especially over spring breaks, they run from Friday to Sunday, which means that they're only going to miss a Monday to Friday in the work scene, and they're going to be able to take advantage of these opportunities. So city stay programs are ideal. It's less windshield time, more concentration in one city or one country primarily. It will definitely significantly bring the cost down. Okay, give me one sec here. I'm going to go down to trending programs that are currently becoming more and more popular, different educational focuses and types of programs. So training programs, this is what we call a new generation of study abroad. It's diversifying the courses. So it's no longer just your humanities courses, your art courses that are going abroad, but new types of programs that are going abroad. STEM programs, for example, development with sustainable renewable energy, solar, wind, with excellent programs that are available in Germany and Swiss, for example, Switzerland, focusing on these. Even domestic programs that can be that can focus on around STEM and focus on sustainable and renewable energy. I also want to talk about importance of consortium-wide programs. For example, with the Florida Consortium International Education, we have a program that's going to happen in 2019. This program is in Costa Rica, focusing on sustainable tourism, environmental conservation, and sustainability. So by having a consortium-wide program, you're able to bring in mini schools. You're able to bring the cost way down for participants, and it allows schools that have lower enrollment. For example, if one school only has 2 participants, they will be able to piggyback or to join other colleges that are in the consortium, so that way the program can still run. Everyone works together. Consortium-wide programs are becoming more and more popular, and allowing more students the opportunity to go. Also, I want to talk a little bit about business and entrepreneurship. This is a new hot program. It's trending. It allows students field experience where they visit businesses, they speak with the CEOs of startups, they go to startup incubators. It's all about entrepreneurship. And in today's world, where every day there's new applications, there's new businesses, there's new ways of getting things done, it's absolutely essential to be in the epicenter of that, which would be in London, or domestic in San Francisco, for example. And most importantly, programs that focus on conservation and sustainable. Just as I mentioned earlier, we have the conservation and sustainable tourism programs in Costa Rica. Yes, so I want to open up a poll real quick. This will be the first poll, guys. So you're going to see on your screen, the first one we're going to do is coming up right now. And 3, 2, 1. And you will be able to take your time. We're going to give this about 30 seconds for you to decide which of these you find would that you would like to see more readily available to students. So if you can, please select one of those and submit that. This is essential for us. All right, here we go. We're seeing 30% in biology and natural sciences. Here we go. Let's give it another 5 seconds here. We've got 67% voted. Any of you stragglers out there? All right, 3, 2, 1, close it. Has that become available to everyone? Yep. Okay, so just to read the stats for you, we have 21% arts and humanities, 21% world languages, and 29% focused in the STEM area, and 29% biology and natural sciences. Excellent, excellent. We're seeing the same, the trend. Biology, natural sciences, STEM are becoming more and more popular, and also becoming more in demand, because in the past they've been more focused on arts and humanities and languages, which is excellent. It's absolutely essential, but it's important to diversify throughout the school and bring in additional educational disciplines, allowing it possibilities to more students, to diversify the student body going abroad. The next thing I want to discuss is how to incorporate service learning in all of your programs. This is the new way. Service learning is being requested to go alongside with traditional study abroad programs, and rightfully so. It allows us to engage with the local community, to leave the local communities that we're visiting in a better state than prior to our visit, for us to work and give thanks to the locals that we're visiting, and to do genuine service work and volunteer work while abroad. So we like to call these hybrid programs. These are typically about 2-week programs, and 1 week is spent doing volunteer work, service learning, and the second week is spent doing your traditional study abroad programs and immersion into whatever the discipline is. So if it's language, or if it's biology, within the national parks, for example, or whatever the language, whatever the course topic is. 1 week will be spent focused on that intense, and the other week will be spent focusing on service learning and volunteer projects. This again, guys, this allows you to This allows you to take advantage of the Gilman scholarships and other scholarships that are available, as well as allows you to increase fundraising because you're going over for a proper reason. We started working with the EDP, it's University in Puerto Rico. This is just an example of looking at what is in need at the moment and deciding which program can satisfy those needs. So, as everyone's aware, the Hurricane Maria that hit the Caribbean last fall was devastating, and we try to look for opportunities, educational, cultural programs, but also programs that are of great need that can really provide big impact in communities that are of need. So we've teamed up with EDP University in Puerto Rico. They have about 5 campuses, and we're working alongside them, developing new programs where we could send students abroad even though it's still technically home. So it's a great possibility, and these are the kind of programs that we should constantly be looking for. To give you an idea of other programs that are taking place, Valencia College has an excellent dental hygiene program that they do in Belize. It's an educational program where they work alongside local dentists. They do cleanings, and they also teach the importance of proper dental care. And they do free screenings and then pass them on to the proper professionals, local professionals in the area. Working with local organizations, NGOs on all the trips. Cornerstone Foundation, for example, in Belize, they have feeding programs for local elementary schools, and we do educational tutoring, etc. So any program that you do, it is possible to where is that? Excuse me for 1 second. I'm gonna go here. It is possible to incorporate service learning on all of your programs, and we can assist you with doing that. I'm going to come down here, and when you're looking to develop service learning programs within your programs, it's important that you look for programs that are going to be long lasting, programs that you can continue to offer for a few years. So that way you can really see the impact that it had on the local community instead of just go once, help for a day or two, and then leave and then never return. It's important to engage with local communities and have programs that will have a big impact over time. So how do you do that? How do you identify, how do you build these programs? Well, first, you need to identify what your passions are. What is your institution's passions, goals? What would you like to, what's important to you? What would you like to offer abroad? And then find local organizations, NGOs, local colleges and universities in the area who share those same passions. Most importantly, you want to reach out to the locals in the community that you're visiting and ask them, what do you need? How can we help? Can we be of help? And in what way can we engage our students with your local students and make this a beneficial experience for all? When you build your service learning projects along the local communities, you're really, that you're going the proper direction. You know that you're doing something that is of need, and they'll support you in that. So once you find the local organizations, or once you're assisted and we help you find a local organization, then you make a clear and concise plan of attack. You come up with your objectives, your purpose. You start early. If it's collecting supplies, if it's to build a new library, for example, and collecting books and taking them down, or if it's going and installing solar paneling on a rural school that has no electricity, whatever the project might be, concise plan, clear objectives from the beginning, and understanding your purpose and your overall mission, going down, completing the projects alongside the locals, and then at the end, review, get your feedback from the local communities, listen, adjust, modify, plan, and improve for the future, and continue to offer that program. Because every year that you do it, it will get better and better and better. I guarantee you. We have some projects that have been going repetitively for years, and every year that they do it, we add in a new element. It brings additional value to it. So this is the way, and these are the hybrid programs by putting study abroad programs traditional and mixing them with service learning. You really have a complete package. We're going to open up another poll for you real quickly to get your feedback, because your feedback is absolutely essential to us. And go here, manage polls. It's this one. Oh, here you go. All right, so launch poll. I've just dropped that out, guys. what length of program do you believe works best at your institution? Because I know here we have four-year universities, we have community colleges of all sizes and levels. So what length of program do you believe works best at your institution? If you please answer that for us, that that information is absolutely essential. We're just going to give that about 10 more seconds. All right, we're going to go ahead and close the poll in 3, 2, 1. Close the poll. All right. So here we have 29% find that 1 week programs work best at their institution. 43%, the majority, said 2 week programs. 21% 3 to 4 weeks, and 7% 4 weeks or more. As we all know, any program that's going abroad is of value. It depends on your student body, and as you know, but yes, these are excellent figures. And the good thing is that all programs, it's possible to customize any program, 1 week all the way to 1 semester. Everything is possible, and it's always possible to keep the programs affordable and in depth. What I'd like to discuss quickly with you is if the Study Abroad Association, what we're trying to do. Again, guys, our vision, our mission is to increase study abroad participation across the country by working hand in hand with administrators, faculty, etc., to develop programs 100% customized, authentic, and affordable. Affordable is key. So, guys, these are free members, benefits, and services. Everything we do is free of charge. You can access all of this information at any time, and many things that you can do. Free itinerary consultations. If you want us to look at programs that you have existing and to provide you new quotes on those, we do that free of charge. Faculty development workshops, online webinars, risk management assessments. If you want us to come in and look at your overall system and just to get feedback, if you want to exchange ideas, if you just want flights, group discounts, graphic design, marketing materials, all of these things are available to you free of charge. Some things that we do full customization of short-term faculty-led study abroad programs and service learning programs. We assist with travel logistics. You always have a full-time assistance account manager, and we want you to think of us as part of your team, part of your external team. We're there for you through every step and process of international education. If you have any questions at all about anything, I would like to open that up right now, and you can either write your questions or you can unmute yourself and you can join the conversation. We'd love to hear back from you. So, guys, if you have any questions, please jump in, and I'm sure that I know how it works. One question will lead to many more. So, yeah, let's hear them. Don't be shy. Bring on the questions, ideas, information that you have found to be helpful in taking students abroad. Anything. We are listening. Okay. Do we have any questions at all from anyone? And that means, I guess that means that we've covered everything thoroughly. That's perfect. Guys, again, just to remind you, this is the first of many webinars. The next one that we're going to have on, there will be guest speakers throughout the from different areas of international education, and they will be talking about different topics. Everything from risk management to incorporating thorough STEM programs to service learning to how to get grants, etc. I think we have a couple of questions here. All right, let's answer a couple of these. So, first question, how do you get programs to be sustainable every year and repeat? Excellent question, Barbara. Thank you for joining and coming in. So, when we talk about sustainability, we have to ask ourselves, what is our definition of sustainability? Does that mean that we're offering a program that offsets carbon emissions, for example, and is going to be a sustainable form of traveling? Or is it a question of sustainable as in every year we're going to have enough students going down and the program continues to make? I'll answer both of those. So if we're going to have a program that's sustainable in the way I think an eco-sustainable, environmentally sustainable, then we're going to use smart travel policies. One thing that we do is for every traveler that we have, we like to plant trees domestically and abroad, offset carbon emissions, work with local guides in every country that you visit. That's going to employ the local communities that you're visiting. Do a service learning project in our hybrid programs that we just mentioned. Leave the country that you're visiting in a better place than before. That's more environmentally sustainable. Sustainable in the way of having long-lasting programs that will continue to repeat and have professors going down teaching that course. It's all about starting early. Start early, document the entire program, have the study abroad fair in the fall, and have the students share their experience. And most importantly, the biggest thing that you can do, especially as educators, is put that in to your course options. Put that into the, make it part of your course requirements for them to study abroad and for them to make that an option. If they're doing Spanish immersion, they can do Spanish immersion in the classroom, and they can have 48 contact hours spread out over 16 weeks. Or they can go down to a Spanish-speaking country and have a full immersion experience with host families for 2 to 3 weeks. Make that available as one of your course options, and that's how you can have a sustainable program that will make every year. I'm going to open up, and I hope that answered your question, Professor Brucha. Please let us know. How to convince faculty to commit to repeatable programs. Okay, so I think a way to answer that, how to convince faculty to commit to repeatable programs, is basically remove as much as possible the stress or the additional work of the faculty, remove that from them, so that way they can focus on what is their primary job of this trip, which is the instructing, which is teaching. That's their specialty. That is what they know. So remove all of the logistics of the travel planning, the things that are exhausting, the things that that can be stressful or can take up lots of time, which we know that professors don't have lots of extra time. There's papers to be graded, etc. Remove all of those tasks from them and allow them to focus on what they do best, and that's bringing the classroom to life in the country that they are visiting. That's what I would say is how you can convince them to continue to repeat it. And hopefully their course is going to fill and students are going to enroll in the classes, and they'll also receive some type of financial compensation for teaching their course abroad. Another question we have here, just let me read it for 1 second. Excellent. So question is, how can I get an email distribution list to know about more? We will send you an email about every topic that we've covered, informational material, etc. And you can incorporate that into your system. You can adopt our risk management policies, emergency protocol. You can adopt all of that. Or if you want us to adapt to yours, it's all about sharing. It's all about getting the basically working together to come to whatever is the best available solution or product at the time. One last question here, guys. I'm sure I'll have a question later, but not at the moment. All right. Hey, Professor Wenick, thank you for joining us. And sorry, I have to read and speak at the same time. Excuse me for 1 second. Okay, great. I believe I have answered all of the questions that were listed in the questions column. If there's any other questions, we are here to answer them. You can answer them through email. I'm going to send everyone right now in the chat section. I'm going to send you all entire emails, my personal email, as well as my phone number. This is my mobile number. You can call me anytime, 405-549-3329. And again, our website, if you want to set up a meeting, if you want to just brainstorm on locations, if you want to get feedback, discuss absolutely anything, we are here for you. Again, guys, we will have our next webinar, informal webinar with guest speakers. It'll be entertaining. It'll be great. It'll be informative. We will have that here in probably the next 2 months. We're trying to do this quarterly. So probably in May, you can expect the next webinar, and we'll send out emails in the meantime to let you know what topics will be covered. In the meantime, if you're thinking about 2019, don't hesitate. Let us know, and we will we will make custom itineraries for you right away. We have a team that's ready to work. They're eager, and we look forward to working and traveling with you and increasing study abroad participation on your campus. So in the meantime, keep traveling and studying abroad, and we look forward to hearing from all of you. Have a beautiful day, and thank you so much for allowing us to be part of it. We appreciate it, and we look forward to working with all of you. Have a good day.